Welcome to part 5 of the X-Wing Miniatures Hot Shots and Aces Squad Expansion Pack 2 review. This time we're going to take a look at the Separatist Alliance pilots. In the last few videos we've taken a look at Republic, Rebels, Imperials, and Scums. So definitely go check those out if you want to. There's a link to the playlist right there in the right corner, or you can have a link to the playlist at the very end of the video. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Next up, we're jumping into the Separatist Alliance with the Iron Assembler from the Vulture Droid class starfighter, Scintilla Scavenger, Initiative 1. After a friendly ship at range 0 to 1 skips its execute maneuver step, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, if there is an asteroid or breeze car at range 0 of it, that ship may repair 1 damage. So he's got 3 charges, so he can use his ability 3 times. So basically, if you use the Grappling Struts configuration card to stay on an asteroid and just pivot 90 degrees, you recover a damage on... This guy can do it to himself, or he can do it with Vulture Droids, or Hyena Droid class bombers. Really any ship that's able to use the Grappling Struts or Landing Struts upgrade. Nothing else. But yeah, I think that's honestly a pretty cool pilot ability. It's not terribly great for Vulture Droids themselves because they're so weak. They mostly just die in 1 shot, and if they're not dead, they're going to be dead anyways. Repairing a damage isn't going to help them. It puts them from 1 HP to 2 HP, and at 3 HP with 2 defense dice, they're already just super fragile. So yeah, for Vulture Droids, not the best ability. For Hyena Droid class bombers though, I could see it actually being pretty good because they've got 5 hit points each. So your Hyena bomber takes 2 damage, you put it down, you recover the damage, it goes down to 4 health left, it takes 3 more damage, it's alive and you saved it. Now the opponent has to choose to either finish that droid off or shoot a different droid like they were planning on. So, you know, I think it could work for Hyena Droid bombers. I'm not sure about Vulture Droids though. I guess it might. I just don't think it's going to be great because Vulture Droids are already so fragile. But and he's only 2 squad points, so you can, you know, run him just like you would run any other cheap Vulture Droid. Great for him. And he's got 5 loadout value, meaning that you can, and he's got a missile slot, 2 modification slots, and a configuration upgrade, meaning that you can put an energy shell charge with a munitions failsafe or Discord missiles electronic baffle. Really whatever you like. Yeah, I think with the Hyena bombers will be pretty good. With regular Vulture Droids, maybe not so much. On his own, could definitely work. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Well, I definitely think we'll see him around. I don't know if he's definitely not the ship that makes the rest of your list, that carries the rest of your list, but he's a ship that is there and may do pretty good. Our next CIS pilot is in the Vulture Droid, just like the first one, and it's actually our first 2 initiative Vulture Droid, the Colorado AI Holdout, Separatist Stalwart. After you are destroyed, you may transfer each of your locks and green tokens to another friendly Colorado AI Holdout at range 0 to 3. So basically, if you have a target lock on an enemy ship and this one dies, it transfers its lock to the other Colorado AI Holdout at range 0 to 3. And there are 3 copies of this pilot in this expansion, so you don't need to buy 3 copies of Hot Shots and Aces 2 to fly 3 of these Vulture Droids, thankfully. I was a little bit concerned about that, but no, there's 3 pilots, which I figured they would have, but I was still just kind of cautious. And you probably noticed that the action bar is a bit different, so they've got the calculate and the target lock as normal, but these ones actually have barrel roll to a red focus instead of barrel roll to a red calculate, which is very interesting. Gives them a bit more offensive / defensive options, I think. And their shipability, you also noticed, is very different as well. Normally, Vulture Droids have the network calculations ability, just like you probably saw on the Iron Assemblers card, where they spin calculates from other friendly ships. These ones, the Colorado AI holdouts, are modified for organics. This ship is not affected by the standardized restriction. Reduce the difficulty of your speed 2 and 3 bank maneuvers. Increase the difficulty of your speed 3 turn maneuvers. So, basically standardized upgrades. The only one Vulture Droids can currently equip is independent calculations, where after you perform a calculate action, you may gain a stress token, or no, I believe it's treat the calculate action as red and you gain 2 calculates instead of 1. So if you give one of these guys that ability, the other 2 Colorado AIs don't have to equip it, and all of the other Vulture Droids in your swarm don't have to equip it, so they can all still use network calculations, which I think is really interesting. It gives these guys a great field of play. There are only 2 squad points, so again, definitely put them on the table. And their upgrades are interesting. They've got 1 modification upgrade, 1 missile upgrade, and 1 talent upgrade, but no configuration upgrades actually. So they can't they can't like put themselves on asteroids or debris and ignore them and become turrets. They treat those obstacles like normal. So they'll take damage if they fly into them or through them. Yeah, so that's very interesting. Vulture Droids that fly very different to Vulture Droids. And obviously maneuver dial wise, the 2 bank was white, so now it's blue. The three banks are red, but now they're white, which is great. The negatives though are the 2 hard is now white, and the 3 and 1 hard, and the 3 hard is red. The 1 hard is still white maneuver though, which I think is cool. Definitely not bad, honestly. I definitely think we'll see these guys in play. They're not bad at all. Add these guys to our list with the Iron Assembler. Now we can at least have 7 Vulture Droids with energy shell charges again, that are all 2 points. Obviously, with the most recent points adjustments, the Separatist drones and Trade Federation drones lost their ability to use energy shell charges, either because of points or because of loadout or upgrade bar changes. So, yeah, it's definitely great to see that Separatists can run a bunch of Vulture Droids with energy shell charges again. Now these guys is actually pretty interesting because you can do shell charges in Crack Shot, shell charges in Treacherous with Munitions Failsafe. There's plenty of good options, so I definitely think Corrado AIs will be seen in play, and with their ability, for sure. I think the Transferring of Calculate and Target Locks is great. Moving on to our other scum pilot, we have Aura Singh, Bane of the Jedi, Initiative 4. Before you engage, you may spend 1 Force token to choose 2 enemy ships at range 0 to 1. Transfer any number of orange and red tokens between those 2 ships. She has 1 Force charge with a recharge, which is really good for a Slave 1 pilot to have. Especially if you put Zam Wessel on there, you can get 2 shots with that, and that's very strong for modifications, and just in general for defense mod as well. So already the Force charge looks great on her. Her ability, I mean, it could work. I mean, if that enemy ship has a lot of tractors and stresses and you really want to mess up the other ship, then you totally can. So yeah, definitely not bad. Obviously in the Slave 1 fire spray class patrol ship, so another interesting pilot to add to your list of options. She comes in at 8 squad points, which is equivalent to Jango Fett and 1 under Zam Wessel's pilot. And her loadout value is 18 with a talent upgrade, 2 cannon upgrades, 1 payload, 1 illicit, 1 modification, and 1 title upgrade. Jango Fett is like 9 more points, so I'm not exactly sure if we'll see her play, because obviously Jango Fett has 6 initiative and it's been proven to work. She's a bit more testy, she's 4i, so already kind of worse on that regard, but the Force charge is very, very interesting, so she'll at least see some play just to test if she's good. Whether or not she's actually good though, that'll just depend on, I guess, the upgrades you can put her with, and also if that Force charge really does put her up there with the other great pilots of the Slave 1. So yeah, we'll definitely see though. I'm interested to see how well she does, for sure. And we've got Dirge in the Rogue Class Starfighter again, with the same exact artwork on the same exact initiative, which I think is fine. Artwork-wise, I'm not too sure about it. It would have been nice if they changed the angle, I guess, but I'm okay with it. I feel like they might just like hire artists to make art, like, I need you to make a Rogue Class Starfighter for me, like, okay. So in that case, I'm okay with it being the same, but if they just got these cards, they just like got this art from online, then I would have liked to see a different art, I guess, but that's okay. I don't mind. It's not even worth like getting twitchy or nerdy over anyways, honestly. Anyways, his new subtitle is On His Own Time, and his pilot ability is when you would be destroyed, you may spend 1 charge to reveal all of your face down damage cards. If you do, discard each direct hit and each of your damage cards with the pilot trait. Then repair all of your face up damage cards. Obviously that's a pretty cool ability. and he's only got one charge, so you can only use it once. I was thinking you could put Cutthroat on him, and if another friendly ship dies, you could recover that charge on his pilot card, but Cutthroat, unfortunately, is only for Scum, it's not for Separatists, so that wouldn't work, thankfully, because that would be super broken and annoying to deal with. But, yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I believe with the pilot trait, you can discard face-up pilot traits that are already on you, not just the face-down ones, or maybe not. I'm not sure what the ruling is on that. I'd have to ask my friends about that. But no, it's a pretty cool ability. I believe there's about 15 total direct hit and pilot cards in the damage deck, or 13, and that's out of 33, so your percentage chance of removing at least one card or two cards is semi-low, but you should be able to at least remove one or two. You could remove all of your damage cards if they're all face down and they're all direct hits and pilots, which would be really, really funny. But yeah, on average, you're gaining back 1 or 2 HP, which is definitely not bad at all. It keeps him in the fight for at least one more round, or 2 more rounds, depending on how many guys are shooting at him. Well, 1 more or 0 more rounds, depending on how many guys are shooting at him. But yeah, it's a cool ability. Yeah, and he's only 4 squad points again, with pretty much the same exact upgrades. He's got a talent, 2 cannons, 2 modifications, 1 illicit, and 1 title upgrade this time, actually. So you can waste your 10 points for loadout on the title upgrade, a crew, and then a bomb if you really wanted to. Or just do the sync laser cannons and a 2-point EPT or illicit. So yeah, it's your choice there either way. Cool ability though. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how well he does in meta. I know Separatist is always looking for more 4-point ships, so I definitely think you fill that role very, very well. Next up, we have a new Tri-Fighter pilot with Initiative 5. Very exciting. Bolin Das, Impatient Invader. After you fully execute a red maneuver, you may choose an enemy ship at range 1. The chosen ship gains 1 strain token, and you may remove 1 stress token. Very powerful. His action bar obviously represents the fact that he is an organic pilot. He has focus instead of calculate, and boost to focus instead of boost to calculate. Unlike normal droid Tri-Fighter pilots. And he's got the modified for organic ship ability, so no network calculations. And he is not affected by the standardized restriction, and he reduces the difficulty of his speed 2 through 3 bank maneuvers and increases the difficulty of his speed 3 turn maneuvers. So because of the Tri-Fighter's already pretty interesting dial, his 3 and 2 banks are going to now become blue, and his 3 hard is actually going to just be white. It goes from blue to white, so very cool. That does mean for his ability that him wanting to do red maneuvers, it means 1 Talon rolls and a 3 and 5k only. So it's going to be kind of hard to get his ability to work, though not impossible. And he also has 12 points for his loadout value. He's got a talent upgrade, a missile upgrade, a modification upgrade, and an illicit slot, which is interesting. You can definitely do a lot with that. What is it? Dead Man Switch is an easy choice. Or, I'm trying to think. Overtune modulators to gain 3 calculate tokens. Contraband cybernetics to do red maneuvers. Yeah, he's got some good options. You can also use afterburners. May pair well with his ability, I guess it depends on timing. Talent upgrade, really anything that works. Overall, he's got a really cool pilot ability. It'll just be kind of hard to pull it off sometimes. Another 5 initiative Tri-Fighter is always great though. Obviously, Battle for Coruscant gave us back our Filiac Afrock prototypes and made their abilities not the reveal dial abilities that they used to be, but kind of like Sunter fail abilities where the game calculates if someone's in their bullseye at start engagement phase. So now you can have 3 5 initiative Tri-Fighters for 12 points. So if you're a really good ace flyer, then that might be what you really want. So that's really cool. Yeah, I definitely think that we will see Bolin on the table just because, 5 initiative, 4 squad points. That's not bad at all. And yeah, he's 4 squad points. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, I definitely think that he will be interesting and will be seen on the table. As far as going far competitively, I guess that just depends. We'll see. Anything's possible. And that'll be it for this video. Next video, we'll be taking a look at the resistance pilots. If you're not interested in those, I completely understand. I'm not either, but hey, they're in the pack. I might as well review them. But there's plenty of other reviews like this of this expansion with the other factions, so you can click on the playlist that'll show up after this little outro. And if you don't, that's totally fine. So anyways, may the force be with you. Good luck, and get rock and rollin'.